I'm heading back. I'm a little more warmed up now than I was on my way up, but I'm not going to go any faster though. I'm just going to keep it slow, because after the rain, again, it just stopped raining maybe an hour ago, and there's puddles on the ground, and there's a lot of twigs in certain areas. There's a lot of twigs and acorns and stuff like that on the pavement, which makes it very slippery. So I'm not gonna zoom. I'm just gonna take my time and head back. As you can see, I don't know if you can see the wet marks on the pavement. It's slippery on rollerblades. That's almost like ice. And then there's a lot of twigs and leaves and acorns and all that other debris that fell on the ground because of the rain, because it rained pretty hard, and it was windy too, and it came down pretty hard. And so I'm just going to take my time. I was almost not going to come out tonight, because it was in the mid 90s earlier, and it was humid, it was hot. Then when it started downpouring again for about an hour and a half or so, it cooled things off. Now it's about 80, 85, 83, something like that right now. So it's not as bad. It's just that everything is, there's a lot of wet spots on the pavement, and there's a lot of leaves, there's a lot of twigs and branches and shit. And there's surprisingly, there's quite a bit of people walking. I didn't think there'd be too many people out today. It's another reason why I came out here tonight. As you can see, there's quite a few people on the trail, but it's not crazy busy either. And I'm taking my time, because again, there's a lot of wet spots, a lot of branches and people.
I know that coworker. He's on steroids.
One thing when you're riding these rollerblades, you got to be, see the twigs on the road, on the pavement, you got to be 100% focused. That's for sure. I got people coming up in front of me, two people and a dog. And I can tell, he sees me, they know I got a camera, he's gonna give me just enough room to get through. When you're riding these, knowing how to maneuver these is very important. And then there's dogs. And twigs. See these little twigs right here? There's not many of them, I tell you, these little twigs, they can trip you up. It's another reason why I'm just kind of taking my time. I'm not trying to break any records. It's just as exhilarating going at a slower pace, because it's challenging. I mean, look at all the leaves on the ground and everything. You slip over these twigs. So you just 100% focused on what you're doing. Puddles, you got to watch out for. Passing on your left.
know, I'm sorry I was distant for a while. You guys know what I've been going through.
You see there's cracks on the sidewalk. And right here, it's not too bad. And the reason why right here isn't too bad is there isn't any trees overhead, as you can probably see. So it's nice and smooth. There's no leaves. So I can move a little quicker. The thing about rollerblading, for me, why it's so exhilarating, is when you're on these things, the only thing you're focusing on is what you're doing. You're not focusing on anything else. You're not focusing on the plane that's just flying overhead. You're just focusing on your movements and the ground in front of you. But I tell you, if I feel like I'm going to take a shitter, that's why I'm going to shut these off when I cross the street. Because if I do feel like I'm going to take a shitter, I'm going to throw this camera in the grass. That's the thing I think is going to get damaged probably more than anything else. I mean, I'm all padded up. I'm going to chill here for a minute. I'm going to cross the street, and then I'll take myself on the other side. The key is you want to kind of bend at the knees slightly, almost like you're doing a squat, leaning forward slightly. That's when you got your best balance when you're on these. You don't want to be standing straight up. See how I'm crunching forward? That's why I brought the 360 camera, because I want to be able to see that. Actually, it's getting kind of, the sun's going down, so the lighting isn't probably too great right now. But I don't want to go too fast. As you can see, the sidewalk is kind of, it's wet. There's a lot of trees overhead, and get a lot of debris from that rainstorm that we had onto the sidewalk. And slippery. The leaves are slippery. Sidewalk slippery. I'll probably do one more. After this trip, I'll probably do one more trip, and I'll put this camera away, because I don't know if I'll have enough battery. But I'll bring my other one just in case I happen to see something that I want to videotape. As you can see, there's a lot of debris on the sidewalk, twigs and whatnot. Passing on your left. And people get a little tense when they see you got a camera. They're like, "You filming me?" "Oh, I ain't filming you. I'm filming me." Brake, a little bit of brake action, and I'm gonna let this car go by, and then across here, and then that's it. I'll be done. Alright, so last leg of this journey. This is the area here where there's probably the most debris, especially a little further up because there's a lot of trees. And after that rain, there's a lot of twigs. So I'm gonna be real careful coming through here. And there's sand too. It's probably from the puddles. It just brings the like soil and dirt or whatever that was under the grass onto the sidewalk. And that could be bumpy too. But where I'm heading right now is probably the most the part of the trail where there's probably the most twigs, because we got all this, see all these branches that are just leaning over the trail. And after that hard rain, they dropped a lot of leaves and acorns and twigs and all kinds of crap onto the sidewalks. I'm gonna be real careful coming through here. But blading's really fun. You don't have to go, you don't have to go a million miles an hour. You have to go super fast. I mean, just being out here and being on these is, it's exhilarating. And it takes 100% of your focus. And I think that's why it's so, it's fun, because it really takes your mind off of any other kind of stressors that you might have. You're just focusing on the task. As you can see, all these leaves right here, these are slippery. These green leaves on the ground, these twigs, these leaves could be like ice. And you can see right here, you can go real slow through here. Look at this. All this. These twigs, I don't know if you can see them. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. It's kind of dark here. But yeah, that's stuff, all this shit here. This is stuff that'll cause you to take a shitter. If you come whipping through here, all these twigs, that cause you to fall on your ass. They just rolled over an acorn. But especially when you're cold too. But if you've been on these for a couple of hours, it's like you get limbered up and you get warmed up, and you kind of step over shit like that after a while. Like I say, if you are gonna fall and take a shitter, usually it's within that first half hour, because you're just until you're really limbered up and you're on them, and you've been, if you're out here for hours, 2-3 hours, those last couple hours, it's like your body, you just become one with the rollerblades. You really feel them wheels under your feet. You become much better, more limber. There's another puddle I'm coming up right onto right now, so I want to be careful going through that. That's one full trip. I'll put this camera away after this trip. I'll take out my GoPro, my regular GoPro camera. I'll take that with me for the next trip, and I'll videotape. If something interesting happens, I'll videotape it. If I see something interesting, I will. But I'm not gonna videotape the entire length of the trail. So that was up and back, that was 3 miles. And I took my time today. You know, I took, you know, with all this crap on the ground, really took my time. But it was a good run. I'll do one more. Alright. I'll stop at this stop sign over here. And that's it for me. Some brake action. I didn't go too fast today, so I really didn't work on you know, using my brakes, because I wasn't going that fast. I just kind of, when I wanted to stop, I just stepped out onto the grass and didn't really use my brakes. But I was just slow moving, but it was good. It was a good trip. Remember, if you like these videos, you know what to do. Subscribe to Travels with Buddy. Peace out.